Welcome, friends, to the second part episode of Canada to your very own channel, the Student Insights Podcast. Well, if you have missed the first part, I will be linking the video in the description below and also in the I button above. Please do not forget to see the first part before if you have directly come on to the second part to have the understanding about where the things are going. Hope you like the first part and the second part as well. Do give your comments and feedback down in the comment section below. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get notified about and be the first one to actually view the episodes. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram. The ID is the Student Insights Podcast. There will be certain small clips which I would be uploading on Instagram only and not on YouTube. So please do follow us on Instagram as well. So let's begin with the second episode. Okay. And now, so before you move in, there are some essentials that a person has to go through once they reach a country. It's like what is it, your social number or opening a bank account. And so how does all this process come into the picture? How does it work?
Okay, so I started a bank account. Yeah. So what happened is for a Canadian student visa, you need the new rules are that you need to invest $10,000 in a GIC account, which is like an investment account for a period of 1 year. So you have certain banks that offer this. What I did was and it is very systematic, like this whole process. So you like go to their website and they start this account with the GIC for students and this and that, and then get the info where you need to transfer your money, and then you can transfer it from your Indian account to that account, and then you get a proof that yes, we have received this GIC money and all that. And that document is what you need to produce for your visa to show that yes, I have this money, and that money is like a proof for your expenses, like proof of money. So it's not like you don't have to show your bank statement and none of that. You have to show like I've invested this money and this is what I'm going to use for my expenses in the first year. Yeah. And also it's very transparent then that yeah, this money is dedicated for this purpose, and it's you can't reverse it, right? That's when I had some options, I think, from India. There was I think SBI had like a bank account here, and there was ICICI, not bank, SBI had a branch over here, ICICI had a branch, and there was Scotiabank. Scotiabank is a Canadian bank. So, and I think the only difference was the transfer fee to start this account. So, I think like SBI's was least like $50 or $75, and then ICICI was 100, and Scotia was 200, something like that.
Okay.
But I was for this I did read up a bit, like I went to Quora and stuff. Which bank should I select? And so people were like, a lot of people were like, support Indian banks, and then some of them were like, but if you look, like even go for an ICICI, there's no ICICI bank around here anywhere. You might have to go like somewhere really far. So Scotia Bank has like a branch every other neighborhood. So I just I was like, okay, cool, I should go for Scotia because it's convenient and everything, and I don't want this hassle like when I go to a new country. So so I had all this information, and as soon as I came here, I think I landed on Thursday. Friday I went to the bank. I just set an appointment actually, and I went and met the guy, and he was really like, he could just go set up my account and everything then and there. So he was very sweet and kind also, like because they know you've just come in and you're like new and everything. Very, very nice. Yeah.
That's good. And also, we just skipped the part of scholarships in universities. So did you get any scholarship, or does OCAD have any scholarships?
Oh yeah. So I was not expecting any scholarships. I didn't know that they existed for international students because I thought very few opportunities or scholarship opportunities for international students. But to my surprise, there were quite a few. Like the Center of Digital Media in BC also had a list of scholarships, but their fee was also quite high. They were like really high. So I guess they wanted to compensate that with these scholarships. But they had quite a few scholarships, and Emily Card did not. I'll talk about that later. But OCAD had. So I got the Dean Scholarship for international students. So that was. I think there's this one who gets it from the. So I was the one. So.
Cool.
So I was, that was like a good. I was very happy to receive my admission, but when I saw, I was like, okay, wow, that's so cool. But I think that, and maybe there's one other like grad scholarship or something. I'm not sure for international, but there are few. But I guess if you have a good, if you work, I had no idea about it, but if you like work and have a good application, I guess you stand a fair chance to get it. So I guess the States has a lot more scholarships and tuition waivers and all that stuff here. It's like not that much, but it's at least it's kind of, and also considering the fee and everything, it was a good amount, I felt like.
So what is it based on? Is it based on your undergrad mark sheets or your percentage or your
I think it's your overall application that.
Okay, overall application.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength of your application based on your portfolio and everything, your marks, your proposal, also what you want to make. So how.
And now let's talk about the things that an international student faces. Culture shock. What was the biggest culture shock when you went there? Or wasn't there any?
So I wanted to spend like the first week or so just going out on my own and fine. So okay, one thing I was like, obviously if you go to a new place, you have to learn the entire system, like from the like how to even like enter a grocery store, groceries, and just, everything is new. Everything was new. Getting into a public transport, the whole system of like tapping your card, and I didn't have the card, and I had money, but you can't even like pay because it's all automated. There's nobody to give you a ticket over there. So you need to like, then there was this machine where you needed like exact like that change or something. You put that and then you get like tokens. So I just took like a few tokens. No. So yeah, so I had this friend. He was in Montreal, but he had lived in Toronto before. So he was like a little bit guiding me on text and stuff. So he said you get these coins from some of these stores. Those were like the drugstores. They have this Shoppers Drug Mart. So I went to Shoppers Drug Mart and gave them money and got a few of these tokens, and then I like go and put it. You can also buy it from the kiosk, but you need to have the exact like change and stuff like that. Here a lot of people don't carry cash and stuff. They just have their cards and all. So now I'm kind of used to that kind of yeah, but yeah, so the culture shock, yeah. So so then I just took the streetcar and I went to town. It was actually quite nice because I was like, it was so diverse, like so multicultural, and it was so beautiful, like just everybody just coexisting so nicely. Because like back in India, I saw a lot of Indians and obviously like that, but just seeing different people from different countries and everything, just like, it was quite nice. I was very excited, yeah. So even just walking, it's just like just going through the streets and everything, it was just so nice to absorb all this. It was the opposite of shock, I guess. I guess it came in eventually, like some of the things, yeah, why is this like this? Why is this not like? But that was not that bad. I think it's just if you come in like at least here, you'll be like pretty happy and excited. You won't feel like. And except the whole, yeah, you do miss the food. Yeah, that's one thing. You do really like end up. And my friend had like, when she moved to the States, and she's like, you realize the value of Indian food when you move abroad. And I'm like, rubbish. And I'm like, what? No. So anyway, it's true. So then I did once I came, and I was like really upset. I didn't know why I was upset. Then I was just walking by this, and there was this like roti place store, and I was like, maybe I should just go and check it out. And then I was like, butter chicken. Yes, and it felt so good after that.
That's true.
So yeah, food.
Food. And also, you just touched briefly on the transport. Is there like a student discount or a student card for traveling? So like when I was in the UK, we would have a separate student ride card, which would have been a discounted price.
I guess it's the same card, but it's what it is, the recharge in the card. So I had to, so that was also a process actually. So I also, in the meantime, went to OCAD, got my student ID. So I had to prove that I'm a student. And then I was trying to find out how to get this benefit into my monthly pass. And then I realized that you need to actually get another ID from a different subway station. and you had to fill out a form and stuff like that. So that was pretty like, so I had to take my ID and fill out this form, and then that was also pretty crowded because they had a very limited working hours, and it was just like 2 hours. So there was like a long queue of students there. And once I got that card, I had to present that card at like shoppers, and they would refill my card with the discounted. Yes.
Okay, and how is it like
And then it's
frequent?
free because it's free, so you just like use it, like
Okay, so you
wherever.
just
So
use
that
it.
was good.
Fair enough. And how is
Yeah.
it like public transport for a student? Is it reliable, not reliable? Is it better to have private transport down the line? How do you think about that?
No, I think public transport here is pretty good and it's very reliable. So you just walk to the station or the streetcar stop, and then like you can walk in between. That's fine. That's also fine. You can walk like longer distances also, but it's very reliable. Like the the frequency and everything is pretty good. And you have your Google Maps has also got the timing and
Okay.
how many hours you can expect. Like it's very accurate. So you don't even so exactly. I didn't know like places. All I had to do was like get the address and put it in Google Maps, and then it used to tell me the possible
That's the
ways to
guide.
travel to that place. And very good. So yeah, I was pretty anxious about that, but it was so like easy.
It's
Yeah.
easy compared to here because the names of the streets are pretty
Yeah.
simple there, and the layouts are much more simplified
Yeah.
and organized as compared to Mumbai.
Yeah. And it's a grid, like the streets are like grids, so
Yeah.
like junctions and stuff. So it's pretty.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now another part of the culture shock is the education, the primary reason you go there. So what's the difference you found between the Indian
Yeah.
education that you went through and the way they treat you as a student?
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty different. But also, I feel because I'm in grad school, and grad school is much more like self-driven, and as compared to, I think undergrad is still where they guide you a lot. Like, but grad school, you're expected to like
Work
uh,
on your own.
learn stuff on your own and present your ideas and come up with your ideas, and that's where you will get feedback and stuff. You won't be
Mhm.
like that. So that was a huge like for everything. Actually, I was not even like you have to register for your classes on the portal. OCAD has its portal, and you go and schedule your classes and select, like I told about electives, right? You select your
Yeah.
electives, you add it to your plan. That a limited number of seats. So you need to add it in early and then register for it. Otherwise, you'll be put on wait list and stuff. So that was something I
Okay.
was totally unaware of, and I was, but this is what I did when I was back in India itself. So I was pretty like, I was totally clueless about this system. And then I spoke to my friend in the States, and she was like, yeah, this is, you need to register. This is how it works for you. So you find, you like, this is how it works abroad. Like,
Okay.
you need to do all this stuff. And I was like, okay. And now it's like, it's easy. Just like it's become habitual. So yeah, it was pretty different, like I would say, the classes and all. But for me, I guess I was like, I was just like, I realized I have to learn everything. So from
Mhm.
outside to being in everything was like, because I've moved to a totally different place. So I was kind of okay to absorb. And also then because I didn't have like a particular structure in mind. So all this like, that was new. Like there was nothing to compare it with and
From
everything. So
scratch.
that was in a way good. So I was like, okay, I got used to this system now,
Hmm.
Like I don't want to compare to my undergrad, also because it was a long time ago. But yeah, so this was like, yeah, yeah. It's a good system. I like it. Yeah.
Fair enough. And now with the current COVID situation happening, how have things diverted or changed?
I think we were in a winter term at the end of is when that was for the lockdown and stuff. So we had like a couple of weeks left in the winter term.
Hmm.
So and they were mostly like the final assignments. So we had to do them remotely. So
Okay.
and also because a lot of it we nobody was prepared for the situation
Sure.
around that time. So what they did was a lot of the assignments were converted. So because we needed studio access to build stuff, right? Like we needed access to 3D printers or laser cutters and stuff, which we no had access to. So what they were kind of flexible about the assignments, and they said we can grade you based on your concepts. If you have concept sketches, or if you're able to make a 3D rendition of what it's going to look like, how it's going to function, make a video, or just make prototypes. So they were pretty flexible about it. And so that was for the winter term. So but it was a bit stressful to like also finish it anyway. So once that was done, and then now it was announced that this summer and maybe even the fall would happen remotely. So again, the same deal, no access to studios and stuff, but we are having classes online. And I think it's more than that, more than all this. I feel what's comforting is like the professors and everybody are like very caring, and you can feel even the university, everybody's caring, and they think of your well-being, which is more important, because this is something that like is a situation that we can't help right now, but they're still being so considerate about so many things about your well-being and everything. They have community calls and stuff and everything. Like they they have asynchronous meetings where you can book some time with the prof and discuss your like you could do it before also, but it's just more like it's not that bad. I feel it in the thinking of the whole scenario. And like in fall we might have studios, so they're trying to get at least, because I'm in my second year, I'm starting with my thesis, so we need studio access. So they are going to make arrangements to have like a system where people can safely access the studio. So that's something that we're going to get to learn about.
Okay. And also with this, how this situation for jobs changed? Even as students, you might have been doing like part-time jobs. So with this, everything closed. How are the financing being managed?
Yeah. So I just before I got in, just before this thing happened, I had got a research assistant job at one of the studios at OCAD. So the end product was going to be for a public exhibition. So because the exhibition was not going to happen anymore, the whole idea had to be structured and all. So they took some time to kind of like restructure that, but OCAD still continue to pay their like the DRAs and all continue to be paid, because OCAD was like really, they were pretty good with their whole. They also gave like a lot of emergency bursaries for students who are facing financial hardships
Okay.
based on your condition and everything. Yeah.
But in general, how is the part-time job scenario there?
Oh yeah,
Is it
the
easy
job
or
thing, right? Uh, I guess it depends like on what kind of a job it is. So if like for mine it was related to public engagement, or it had to be postponed and restructured. For other stuff that could continue. I think what they did also was the government in fact announced like students, international students have a restriction of 20 hours part-time per week outside, right? So they increased it to full time. They made it like 40 hours, so you could work 40 hours in fields related to like that would be useful in the pandemic, like if you're working at a grocery store, if you're working, all those kinds. So they actually relaxed that rule for this situation, because understanding that students might be in financial hardships and not need to work.
That's great. That's great. And now, actually, it doesn't make sense, but in general, how is the social scenario there in terms of nightlife and where you could relax?
I think I did not like end up going out, but I used to spend a lot of time in the studio with my cohort, and it was really nice. Like because they're all international students and different crowds, and spending time with them. I did go out to a few like places and stuff. It is pretty nice. Like Toronto is a good city. It's fun. Yeah.
That's great.
And yeah, most of that. So most of that was in winter, right? But now it's summer. Now I'm actually things are getting better here. So
Okay.
some restrictions are getting eased. So I sometimes like people are social distancing, and yet in parks they are kind of like away and sitting and in that setting, but it's really nice to like just see people the way they enjoy summer and everything. It's kind of really, so yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of good.
So are there any
I
events
guess if
or
it was not COVID, it would have been super crowded. So it's less crowded now. And they have like patios, like even restaurants have open patios and stuff that people
okay.
can go to now. Yeah.
So does Toronto have like some festivals during the year or something of that sorts where and that's more gathering?
They have. I do. So before this, like I think last year they had. So that interested me was this thing called Nuit Blanche, was like a exhibition, an art exhibition where people had their installations all around the city in different places, and you could just like walk or whatever, just
Oh,
go from one to another. And it was a very beautiful experience because it was night and everybody was like working in their groups and eating and just like visiting these exhibits and all. That was cool. And also from my landlord, I know that they also have like a lot of cultural festivals. Like she is from Ukraine,
okay.
so she said they have theirs, and then they have like a Caribbean festival where people from they have their what's that called, parade. They have
Okay.
they have like their own cultural parade and stuff, and they wear their costumes, like no, not costumes, the traditional attires and stuff. So it's very nice actually. You also get to know about other cultures and stuff.
That's true. Speaking of good culture, so does the university have like any societies? So like in our university, there's an Indian society, there was a Hindu society. So in which you have people from like-minded, say a theater society or a group which does an activity together. Is there anything of that sorts there?
I guess the undergrads do. So we I don't know if that counts, but we have like an international students committee where we international students can bond,
Okay.
and they organize like OCAD, they organize different stuffs that are useful to us and all that. Then there's a huge committee called Student Union that organizes different like uh, food. They have food for students, and they have like different events and stuff that they have
Okay.
for students. Yeah, we had like just before, I guess the day I got to know about the lockdown of COVID, our cohort had organized this relaxing session where you were making I think they had invited people to give like massages and dog
That's great.
therapy. So they had invited these dogs inside, and they were like, yeah. So that was kind of a fun thing. But yeah, I don't know if it's like very cultural. Like we did in our cohort on Diwali, we did like a Diwali party where we threw a party for our fellow friends from the cohort, and we made Indian food, and they were like, "Oh, this is so yummy." So yeah,
That's good, yeah. So do you miss your food and culture now?
now I've started cooking and stuff. Yeah, I do like, but now I've started cooking myself, so that's good. I have found that balance now where I can connect with my friends once in a while to just fill in that void, and then like cook something Indian to fill in that void. So yeah, it's kind of like, so I was so in between. I was like so anxious about, and I didn't realize what was happening. So I was looking at this like um, culture shock when you go abroad, googling it. So I found this like curve of culture shock where you are like, yeah, you go and then you reach the peak of it, and then once you start adjusting, it becomes like, so I was like, okay, I am here right now. So yeah, I guess I'm better.
That's good. And any advice for the students who might be thinking about pursuing their education in the overseas? Any advice you would like to give them for, or any pointers?
I guess no, I would say that it's a very big decision, first of all. So,
Mhm.
and investing so much time and investing like this is it's a huge life decision to
Sure.
like leave your comfort zone and then go to another place and everything. So just like do a lot of research on what you want to do. First, find out what you want to do that you're really passionate about, and then
Mhm.
like search thoroughly the options available and everything. Ask questions if you have doubts. Don't fear to ask questions. They're very good at replying. And and yeah, and then once you're applying also, don't just like be like hastily apply, like spend proper time, make a good application, and then when you feel good about it, apply. This is a very big decision, like this whole.
Okay. Especially now, given these times, it's become more critical to think it like thoroughly through it before going ahead and applying and traveling overseas. Given whenever it starts
Yeah,
and becomes normal,
totally.
but right now things are pretty changed. The scenario just changed, overturned overnight.
Totally. In this time, it's basically you need to be prepared for like whatever, like, and just be like able to adapt to like whatever changes. So yeah.
So given this, what do you think about the job opportunities now? Given this, you cannot walk in just into an office and then randomly hand over your
Yeah,
CV and all
but
that.
I guess it's changing. Like, not that, but I feel that a lot of remote, quite a few remote opportunities for jobs that because they were like I feel also like companies were contemplating on how to like creating new strategies around this situation, how to
Mhm.
like a workaround, and I guess they are opting for remote. So companies are hiring. It's probably slower, but they are, and they are offering like remote positions and stuff for like jobs like in my field, be working on computers.
Okay.
So it's happening. It's slow, but yeah, they're finding like other options to do it. It's not like it's completely stopped.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I guess that's about it for this episode. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule. Sorry to bother on a free Sunday. You would have just relaxed, but you
It
thought
was
about
so
it.
nice catching up.
Same here, same here. So stay safe, and we'll catch up soon for sure.
Oh yeah, you too, man.
Thank you guys for watching the two-part episodes, the two-part for the very first episode for Canada. Hope you liked for what we covered into this. And if you have any more suggestions and feedback, do give me down in the comment section below. You can also DM to me on Instagram. If you're not following me, please do follow the IDs, the Student Insights Podcast. As mentioned earlier, I would be uploading certain small clips on Instagram only, not on YouTube. So please do follow on Instagram as well to stay updated, because that's the place where we'll be notified very first about the upcoming video, the next speaker, so you can benefit from it. Hope you liked the video, and do stay tuned for the coming episodes down the weeks. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and share to the channel, and do share with everyone. And let's make this a bigger student community so that we can help each other. And do stay tuned and stay safe and sound. Bye bye.